mean, just look at the big thing. Why did Ole Miss's offense struggle for 3 quarters? Look at that rushing yards, 210 to 78. And they only averaged 4.2 yards a carry. Now the running backs averaged 4.8, 4.7, and Roydell Williams averaged 5. When you take away Bryce Young's numbers, it's a little higher than that. There weren't a ton of explosive carries, a ton of 20-plus yard gains. But what was happening was constant 5 yards, 6 yards, even 4 yards, putting yourself in advantage situations so you can roll out play action. You can just simply run the ball again. And that's what clearly the game plan from Nick Saban and Bill O'Brien is we're not going to let that team and that play caller get drive after drive after drive after drive and try and get some consistency going. That's how you're going to beat Ole Miss. Just don't let them have the ball. It's the Patrick Mahomes thing in the NFL. Just don't let them touch the ball a ton. You got to make some plays. And you do, and you don't give them the ball, you're going to be off to, you're going to have a lot of success against Ole Miss. Leave your comments and reactions to the game below. Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. Alabama, Ole Miss, post-game recap live. I'm Zach Ramilius. We're just going to hang out here, talk for a little bit more. You can follow me on Twitter at PsychoZ50. As long as you guys are commenting, we'll be talking up at least until the end of the Florida Kentucky game. Keep giving me tabs on that. I'm not trying to actively be. I'm keeping an eye on Stanford, Oregon, but I'm not trying to actively be staring at a game while we're talking to you guys. As long as you guys are chatting, I'm chatting. I'll talk college football to myself in the shower. So talking to you guys is just much more fun. Lots of impressive stuff today from Alabama as they played probably this is probably the best offense they're going to play all year. I mean, looking at the schedule, Texas A&M with Calzada, or however you pronounce his name, no one's worried about that. No one's scared of that. Tennessee or Mississippi State, we've seen the blueprint on Mississippi State. You know how to beat them. Alabama can certainly do what LSU did. Alabama's kicking game, it's fine. Riker's a dang good kicker. I mean, we haven't really seen the punter all that much. Yeah, Riker's 24 of 24 on extra points, 6 of 7 on field goals. He broke a streak of 24 straight makes. He's a good kicker. If he misses a kick, it's not, oh, Bama kickers, them again. No, this guy's a really, really good kicker. And they're not going to punt much, so I don't think, if Alabama has a bad punter, this punter might not be J.K. Scott, but I don't think having a bad punter is going to be the difference between Alabama winning a national championship or making a playoff or not. Fourth down. I think Alabama's good. We talked about this earlier. Someone else commented it up. I'm going to have to find it. I just think right now, at this point in the college football season, Georgia and Alabama are here. They're neck and neck. They're both excellent football teams on a collision course for Atlanta and the national championship. Everybody else is down here. No team is going to make that leap. And the teams we thought could make that leap just aren't there yet. Now, Ohio State looked impressive today. We'll talk about the Ole Miss thing here in a second. Penn State's looked pretty good at times. That was an excellent win for them. I just don't think they're on that level. As far as Ole Miss being overrated, no, I don't think so. We'll find out as the season goes along and they start playing Ole Miss and Arkansas, or Ole Miss starts playing Arkansas and Auburn and LSU. But no, I don't think they're overrated. I think they just played on the road to Georgia or Alabama, the two teams that will kicked the crap out of everyone this year, except for each other. I just think those are the only two good teams, or great teams. I think there's a bunch of good teams. I don't find them to be a lot of like top-notch teams in college football this year. This isn't most years where by like 2019, by week 8, Tua goes down. But before that, we were like, okay, the playoff's going to be Alabama, LSU, Clemson, Ohio State. There's your playoff. Cool. And then Tua went down and things changed a little, but they still had a chance against Auburn. Last year, it was clear it was Ohio State. It was Ohio. Holy cow. Oregon lost. Well, that's goodbye, Pac-12. It was Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State. Insert fourth team here. It turned out to be Notre Dame. I just think this is one of those years where it's two teams, not 3 or 4, which is fun. It provides a lot of intrigue for the regular season, but I think we all know who is going to come out on top. And so long to the Pac-12 in the playoff race. I think the ACC's down unless Wake Forest or NC State go undefeated, or Boston College, which would be quite awesome, to be honest with you. I don't care who you're a fan of. Seeing Wake Forest in the playoff would be absolutely amazing. But I think, I think both of those conferences are done. So, and the Big 12 might be done if Oklahoma loses anytime soon. But keeping back our focus to Alabama as they knock off Ole Miss 42-21 in Tuscaloosa. Give your thoughts and reactions below. Keep it coming. Keep the chats a-coming. Is Kyle Field and A&M at full strength any threat to Bama? I haven't heard. Is Haynes King playing next week? Someone let me know in the chat if Haynes King's going to play next week. Because if he's playing, still probably no. Oh, they're losing to Mississippi State? Okay, yeah, no. The only way Texas A&M is going to become a threat next week is if they get multiple defensive or special teams touchdowns. That's the only way. Like, they're not – it's just not a good team. It's not – they don't have the quarterback position figured out. There are so many programs in college football right now that let me phrase this because we're not going to talk about off the field stuff, but on the field need their version of Deshaun Watson. Clemson was a really, really good team. Clemsoning was a thing, I know, and Taj Boyd was a good quarterback. But Deshaun Watson took him to the next level. There's so many programs like that need that quarterback, and Texas A&M's one of them. Now, maybe Haynes King's that guy. I just don't like Penn State needs their version of Deshaun Watson. Oregon needs their version of Deshaun Watson. And we all thought it might be Justin Herbert, and it probably should have been Justin Herbert, but it just wasn't. So, no, I don't think without elite quarterback play or at least two defensive or special teams touchdowns, A&M's going to be any threat to the Crimson Tide next week.